Well, the Iccha Shakti is the starting point, and that defines everything. Now, let's say, I'm sure everyone in the call today, in the WhatsApp, you are either a trainer or an entrepreneur for the fact that you choose to be. There's a Iccha that is there that triggered this. Now, how strong is your Sankalpa is important, equal. Now, you might have chosen to be a person like on your own, or you want to be a big person with a big team, or you want to make multiple collaborations. It's all what do you want? The desire. So there are four things that for me, which are very, very consistently seen. The first one is the exposure and the experience. The fact that, I'll give a very interesting example. Let's say there are about every year, lakhs and lakhs of engineering students have been graduated. There are broadly four domains, at levels. There's a private college, there's a government college, there's an NIT, and there's an IIT. What do you think is the difference here on the exposure? It's given that the technical capability of faculty is quite different. No difference. But if you look at a person in IIT, what would he or she be doing differently? Why would you see many of them IITs seeing things differently? It's the very fact that the exposure that they get is just phenomenal. Now, what exposure are you having so far? It's a very important point. And what type of exposures that you are looking at is very critical. The second thing is dreaming big. I go to schools and colleges. I've been to multiple of those. And I ask kids, okay, how many of you here want to be a company like a next Apple from India? Somewhere down the lane, some person would raise their hand. They won't even raise it fully, That's the point. If you can't even dream big, you can never able to think about it getting there. The third important thing is understanding circumstances and setting unrealistic goals. Let's take our country. We are talking about a country to be a trillions of economy. Now, what is required? If you are only importing, you can never be. You need to export. To export, what do you need? Take, for example, mobile phones. Everything is imported. If you start exporting, that's where you need to invent. If you're talking about putting that's the need. That's the need. Understand, it's a need which is out there. So if you're talking about as a country, if you want to evolve, you need to understand these are circumstances. But how you put unrealistic goals? Because realistic goals is all linear. Linear doesn't take us. You need to go an exponential path. That's unrealistic. The fourth one is a mindset. Unfortunately, the last 2 centuries, Indians' psyche has been affected very badly. I work with large corporations. I work with people. Unfortunately, the people who are sitting here, look at them, other side, ask, okay, what next? Don't take me wrong. I'm not talking about everyone. There are exceptions there. But I'm talking about the larger portion where we want to move the bar. You don't need to move the bell curve, not the top extreme right. No, I'm talking about the mid curve or the bell curve. That's the critical mass. How can you make them think that they need to change their mindset? If you think that you can do, you can. So just to summarize it, to trigger and to make the Iccha, these are the 4 things. What is the exposure that you have experienced so far? How big can you dream? Understanding circumstances, can you set up unrealistic goals? And finally, what is the mindset? Are you at the receiving end? Are you at the giving end? Well, I look forward to hearing from you on this.